Hey YouTube, this is an update on my Dodge Promaster camper van. I got some windows from Motion Windows. They aren't very big, but they were the only people I could find who made windows specifically for the Dodge Promaster. And unfortunately, they do make some bigger ones, but to ship them to Massachusetts from Seattle, Washington was very expensive. I really would have liked to have been able to replace these windows with the windows that they have. However, the windows they have are smaller than this, and I guess these frameless windows are actually like glued onto the paint and are very difficult to take off, and if you do, you got to probably repaint your doors. So had I had it to do all over again, I would not have bought a van with rear windows or even this side window. That's a new window from Motion Windows, and they're screen windows that open, which I think will help when I use my ceiling fan. I can get some airflow from back there up to there, and I think that'll help out a lot with heat and stuff. So these went in very easily. There's no need to build them out like we had to build out this, because there's no minimum depth. They're specifically made for the Dodge Promasters. The RV Geeks have a great video on YouTube, which I'll put a link to in the description, that shows you how to install these windows. It's pretty easy, and they do a great job explaining how to do it. Motion Windows, Pennisula glass, I highly recommend them. They are fantastic. It's too bad it costs so much to ship the larger windows. We're actually getting ready to go on the road. We have our house rented as of December 1st, so we have to be out tonight, or tomorrow actually. And I have an update on the battery. I made a video on doubling the capacity of the Goal Zero, and I had bought the wrong kind of battery, and what I ended up doing was I got this Windy Nation AGM sealed lead acid battery, 100 amp hour, 12 volt, and that is perfect for the Goal Zero. However, when I was tightening up these little things, I broke one off. See, that's broken off, and I can't even find the little piece. I had it around here, but I've been cleaning up, and I managed to lose it. But that's how tall this was. This is how short this is now, and I did not even tighten it up very hard, but it broke. It broke the fucking battery. So that's an extremely bad thing, because that battery cost me 185 bucks. So I wrote to Windy Nation and asked them for some help with this, and they said the terminals are brass and are very brittle, and told me where the manual is with the torque specs, which they don't tell you when you buy the battery that you can't torque it very hard. And they say that they've had 2 customers who have similar issues, but they were successful in rethreading the terminal. So I'm not sure how to go about doing that. If anybody knows, please let me know how to rethread it. I've written back to Windy Nation to see if they can explain how I go about doing that. So we'll see what happens here. I definitely would not recommend buying this battery because it's got such brittle terminals. I'm a little skeptical about their customer support, but we'll see what happens. One thing I got there is really nice is this step, because it's quite a step up to the van. I hate the way when it's raining the water just comes in here. It's terrible. I went over the bed the last video. Here's the bench. I have the bench all set up. We're getting ready to leave, as I said, so we have all our camping stuff in here, and I built a thing for a sink. So my plan is to use my Helio shower, fill it with water, pump it up like this, use the little nozzle to clean dishes and stuff like that. So that is going to be awesome. I have a little setup here that I will show you. And I'm going to remove this and spin this around. There we have a nice little cooking area. Take my camp stove out of here. That sucks. And cook there, clean there. Our last bench hinged up, and we needed to hold it up with something. This one we got piano hinges and made it so it hinges up and it just rests against something else. Same with these things. They just hinge up and rest against the side. Okay, the Coleman stove will be much easier to get in and out if I put it this way instead of across that way. And one thing I forgot to mention is I have my Pedro's Mountain Bike Festival poop bucket. Should anybody need to go poop. This little area is so sweet. Really nice, easy to access, get at things quickly without having to open up the bench, having to ask somebody to step up. So that's a really cool little thing. The Goal Zero's here. I have room for another battery behind it, but as I just told you, the battery doesn't work. The sink drains out here, right there. Just drains out. Drains into this 6-gallon pail that I got at Walmart. So that's a little bucket. Goes in like that. Just push it in. I was going to put the spigot at the other end, but it would be very difficult to put it in. So I don't have to put it in very far. I can just do that and have the sink all hooked up. I am going to put the panels back up and insulate behind them. Probably won't get around to doing anything with the ceiling. Oh, I almost forgot to show you. I have the LED lights just velcroed onto the ceiling, and if I turn them on with this little switch here, whoops, they're on. I don't have this on. I got to power up the Yeti and turn on the 12 volt, and there are my lights. They light up the thing pretty freaking well. However, they are kind of what I would call harsh. It's a harsh, bright white light. And I really wish I had bought something softer. I do have this flashlight here. Let me turn these lights off and turn this flashlight on by opening it up. This is a much softer light. However, it's not nearly as bright if I'm shining it around. If you want to compare that to, it's brighter and covers more area. However, it's a harsh light. Do have a JBL little speaker there, Bluetooth speaker, which is pretty awesome for stereo. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.